Sir, may you start? Hello.
Hello, am I audible? Hello. Actually, I'm not able to hear your voice. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, actually, I'm not able to hear the voices properly.
Check out the connection, sir. It is clear from this side.
Okay, just 1 minute. I'll just change the 1 minute, please. Hello.
Hello. The voice is not coming, sir.
Yes, I can hear now. Okay, so hello, students. Yeah, so what we will do is we'll start with today's session. Today we have a few things to cover. The first thing that we'll be covering is I will walk you through a certain framework which will help you understand and evaluate and how to come up with some ideas. That is the first thing. Second thing, what I will do is I will walk you through certain considerations before you come up with the ideas. Then I will give certain time, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, where you can write down the ideas, your innovative ideas, and then you can present those ideas, and we will take the feedback session. We'll have the feedback session, and then we will select some of the ideas to work forward during the next few months. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I will share my screen. I think that will be helpful. Is my screen visible now? Pardon?
No, it is not. Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we begin, right? In the next few months, we want to build something really creative, something which should be innovative, something which there is a need for such products. It will be a roller coaster ride. You will be going through ups and downs, facing new challenges. But at the end of the day, whatever we are trying to build, okay, we want to make this world a better place to live in. Whatever idea that you come up with, the focus should be at the end of the day is creating this world a better place. Maybe it may have a very small impact, but it does not matter. it needs to come up with some solution which is better than the present scenario, what we have today. It can be anything, whatever your idea. At the end of the day, when you see different entrepreneurs, different companies, they all try to make some, they all try to solve a problem. And when we talk about solving a problem, it means making it either easier. It may be, yes, last time I think I gave an example of a vitamin versus painkiller. Did I give that example? Anyone? At the end of the day, okay, I'll recap. So at the end of the day, there are two types of solutions. Either it may be a vitamin that is trying to prevent a disease, or it may be a painkiller which is trying to cure a disease. So we need to think in on those terms. Okay. Now, next, what I will do in the next 60 minutes, we'll cover 5 frameworks to come up with business ideas, individual business idea generation that you will be coming up with. Then you will be doing maybe a 1 minute, 2 minute, or 3 minute speech, business speech, and then we will evaluate. The teachers and I together will evaluate. Then we will select few ideas, 3 to 4 ideas. Then I will come up with an interesting activity as a homework task or an assignment. Am I clear?
Yes, yes.
Can you be a little bit louder? I want to see the Josh here. Please, come on. It's
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now, please, can you please open your notebook or something, or at least a paper where you can note down the frameworks? Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Let's start. So what are the 5 frameworks that we will consider? Okay. You may ask questions also. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask your questions. Okay. So the first framework is solving a personal problem, bottom-up approach. I will walk you through each of these frameworks, but first let me give you just a brief. Any personal problem that you are facing currently, or you are seeing someone you know they are facing. It may be your mom, it may be your dad, it may be your school teacher, it may be you yourself, whether at a home or at your school, you are seeing. This can be one of the frameworks. Then secondly, consider your passions. What are you passionate about? You are seeing a problem and you feel passionate. Okay, I have to solve this. Okay, this is a very big cost for me as an emotional, emotionally it is draining and I want to solve that problem. Then it can be a very good framework. Then come up with ideas around something new. I will go through, please do not worry. This is the third framework, top-down approach. Initially, we talked about a solve a personal problem, bottom-up approach, but now it's more about top-down approach. I will walk you through. Now, then number 4 framework that we will discuss. Think of a variation of a recently successful company. Okay. And then the 10x rule. We will cover all these frameworks. So let's start with just 1 minute. Yeah. Any questions you have right now before we begin? Anything you want to ask based on the previous session? Anyone? Okay. Just I want to know how many of you attended the previous session. Can you please raise your hand? Okay, mostly all of you. Okay, great, great. So, okay. Now, the first framework that we are going to talk is solve a personal problem. It's the bottom-up approach we call. Now, some of the most successful startups that you know have been created by the founders' personal problems. See, at the end of the day, you guys need to recognize some of the problems that you are facing. If you are facing a certain problem, like last class, someone said about carrying the school bag, I think it is heavy, right? So that is a personal problem that you are facing. Maybe because you are facing that problem, you will be able to understand the different areas that needs to be considered while coming up with a solution, maybe the structure. If someone who doesn't know that particular problem well enough, but they will come up with something totally different which may not be useful at the end of the day. It may solve one problem, but it will create 10 more problems. So it's a very good concept that, say, in the last 3 months, say you guys have faced any problem that you can recall. Okay, now write them down and say how you can solve that problem. Okay, that is a very good approach. It can be your own problem. It can be your parents' problem. If you are not able to think of any particular problem that you have faced, you can think of your mom or dad or school teacher, as I was saying, anyone problem, or you have seen someone you know they are facing that problem. It can be your grandparents, they are facing certain problem. It can be your teacher, maybe they are facing certain problem. It can be you yourself, maybe you are finding it difficult to understand math, and maybe you are having difficulty to understand how teachers are explaining. So you can come up with that problem, and think of different problems you have at your home, at your playground. It can be a sports related problem. It can be a science related problem. You may have seen something on your, like while playing games, or maybe while ordering any food like from Zomato or Swiggy, you have faced any problem, or any individual problem that you have seen experience. That is the best framework. Please write it also down. This is the number one framework. That is the personal problem, bottom up approach. Next is consider your passions. Okay, I think most of you have heard of this, and it's a very common thing, like follow your passion, right? But though it is a very generic advice, but it has absolutely a lot of value in entrepreneurial journey. Do you want to know why? The reason is it's not easy at all to build businesses. You will be facing a lot of obstacles every single day. You have to solve problems, may it be related to your customers, may it be related to your technology, may it be related to your team members. And then you need to still grind the process. You need to still overcome and continue the process. Do you know that 9 out of 10 startups actually fail? And if you do not have that passion, if you're not passionate about your problems, that your journey, you will not be able to survive this journey. Very often, after maybe 2 months, 3 months, you will quit this journey, because there is no guidebook, rule book, no constitution written how to run a business, how to execute your ideas. It's very easy to come up with the idea, but the next phase is the 99, like 100x difficult. It's executing your ideas. It's the very common phrase, ideas are worth a dime. It is useless. But at the end of the day, if you're passionate about solving that idea, that will make you successful. Executing your idea, that will make you successful. The most successful startups succeed because their founders are passionate about the project, so they can stay committed to to working on them through all the ups and downs. And it usually takes around 5 to 10 years of time before, like from the time you think of an idea and then you execute it and make it a very big brand. So this is the timeline that you are talking about, 5 to 10 years. A lot of ups and downs. It may happen that your family is not supporting you. It may happen that people are ridiculing you. It may happen that everyone is laughing at you. Okay, this will not never execute. But still, in spite of all these problems, if you can continue the journey, that is when, my friend, you are going to make it through. And one thing I want to tell you, it is worth it. Is it a difficult journey? Absolutely. But is it worth it? Definitely. Next is come up with ideas. Have you guys noted down the second framework? Consider your passions. Identify what you guys are passionate about. It can be anything. It can be related to art. It can be related to science. It can be related to space exploration. It can be related to education. You love reading books. You can come up with an idea of, say, where you are renting books. You are creating an app where you are renting books to other people. You say if you are passionate about, say, sports, say cricket. So you are trying to create an app where people can come together to play cricket. There will be, like, I don't know whether you've heard of an app called Playo, where unknown people come together to play badminton or other sports together. So you can think of those if you are passionate about sports. If you are passionate about say science or anything related to science. So what you can do is I'm just thinking just immediately, right? So I may fumble at times. That is not, I think, an issue. So what may happen that you can create a content library when young people like you create those science related content, and you can give access to other students who are your juniors to explore those content through a mobile app, through a web app, or anything, right? Or you can have, say, 100 science experiments on videos together. You can club them, and then students can see those science experiments, and they can perform those experiments. It can be one small example of a project. Now, the next one is come up with ideas around something new. Now, what is top-down approach? Okay, this is a little bit different. This is like you come up with something totally different, totally new, which doesn't exist currently. Rather than coming up with a product or a service to solve a personal problem, which we discussed on our framework 1, here the top-down approach is to finding a startup idea, looks for new technologies or situations in the world to build a company around. You may think that why do we have like a computer? You can think of a completely new device which will make mobile phones as well as laptops or computers totally useless. It's totally up to you how you can come up. I'll give you a small example. Okay. How many of you do recognize this person? Can you raise your hand if anyone? Any guess? Definitely he's not from like recent. He's like very old. It's anyone, any guesses? Wild guess. It's totally okay to be wrong. Still, I want to know at least someone is trying. Just educated guess. Anything, anyone he can be. You can call him Mahatma Gandhi also. I'm totally fine. Yes. Someone raised his hand. Yeah.
Nicholas Tesla.
No, he is not Nikola Tesla. But please give a round of applause. At least someone tried. Please give. That is very important. We should encourage people to participate. It's totally fine. He is not Nikola Tesla. Can someone else
Stand up.
educate?
AC boss.
No, not JC Bose. Okay. Okay. So what I will say, he is Henry Ford. And what you are looking at is the first quadricycle, okay, which was an early experimental automobile that we call today as cars or vehicles, which never existed before him. Though there is a controversy that he may not be the first one, there is another person named Carl Benz of Germany, who is also given the credit to create the first car. But when we are talking about a mass scale and a working model, he is the person. You are looking at the first car created by Henry Ford. He's the first. He is actually the first one to create a quadricycle. Before him, the main transportation mode was using horses. So can you believe that someone like people were using horses? It happened in the year 1896. People were using horses for transportation, for moving from one place to another. And this guy, our Henry Ford, comes up with an idea. Okay, we are not going to use horses. We will build something which will be faster, completely a different technology, and it's revolutionary. I will tell you one thing. Now try to understand this. If I go back to 1896 and I ask the people, what problem you are facing? They will say, okay, we are facing issues with horses. And if I ask them, how do you want to solve it? They will say, I am looking forward to faster horses. But do you think that is the correct approach? We are often limited by our imaginations. This guy, our hero, Henry Ford, came up with the concept, okay, we are not going to make faster horses, but we are going to make a new device, instrument. It will be a new invention which will revolutionize the transportation industry. This is very important. And this is what I was talking, a top-down approach. You come up with something new, something different, something people have never heard of, and you guys are going to make a change. So before quadricycle, horses were the primary mode of transportation, and the idea of self-powered vehicle was revolutionary. So I'm telling you, children are the most imaginative human being at that particular age. You guys are very imaginative. Come up with those ideas. Just say, this phone, mobile phone, this rectangular is very boring. I will create a circular mobile phone. We will later discuss whether it is feasible or not. But what we want to see is, think of something like this everyday object and say, let's make something different. Let's make something innovative. Okay. Number 4, think of a variation. This is the 4th framework. Have you taken down the notes of the previous 3 frameworks? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Please raise your hand. I'll be totally okay to answer your questions in the meantime. Okay. So framework number 4. Think of a variation of a recently successful company. Say the example can be, we are building an Uber for X. Look for new companies making headlines because of their recent successes, then come up with a new variant of them. We are building an Uber for X. Now, I'll give you a small example. You guys all know about Uber, right? Last time we discussed. Now, what we are going to see is Uber is connecting, basically, there are people who need easier, faster communication, transportation, and there are people who are driving vehicles. How can we connect them, right? So it's basically you are connecting 2 sets of people. Now, let us think of one example here. Say we are building an app, mobile app, where there are people who, so for example, let us take the Bangalore city. There are many people who come from different states and they want to eat homemade food, but they are not able to find homemade food. You can't order from the restaurant every time, right? You will fall sick. Now, what we can do is we are building an Uber with this new concept that we will be connecting people or users who want homemade food with homemakers who want to cook homemade food, and we can connect them. So there are homemakers who are cooking homemade food daily at their home. Why not they can share this food with the people around a certain vicinity, say within 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers, and with the people who are looking for homemade food. Did you understand? So this is like Uber for X. Another example can be, so there are people who are, there are students who are maybe weak in maths. They are looking for to solve mathematical, they are looking to find people who can teach them to solve math concepts or things. So you can connect, build an app where there are multiple math teachers or science teachers, whatever example you can take. And there are students who want to understand certain concepts. It may not be complete like a tuition or anything. It just maybe understanding one small concept of science or math or anything. So this is like, think of a variation of a recently successful company and you are thinking of your own industry. Do not replicate exactly. It's very difficult if you want to build an Uber for exactly the same. So it will not be possible. Now the last framework is 10x rule. What is the 10x rule? So the 10x rule is the idea that you can build a great product by 10xing something, making it 10x easier, 10x faster, 10x more fun, or making the user experience 10x better. Now, say, I will give you a very small example. Right now, we are connecting via Zoom, right? Now, can you think of how can you make this interaction 10x better? Okay, just think of ideas. It can be like
Hologram?
how.
Hologram?
Hello. Hello.
Sir, we can create a hologram of your body, and then you can teach. It will be
Projected. Yes. It can be one of the ways. Definitely. You may feel that I'm just standing in front of you within the class, and I'm standing here. right? I'm sitting from here, but you will feel that I'm just standing in front of you there. With how can you make a class experience or a teaching experience better? How can we make it 10x better? So one example can be using, how many of you have heard of augmented reality or virtual reality concept? Okay, very good. So there are many tools being developed how augmented reality or virtual reality can be used to improve the education system and or teaching experience, right? Just imagine we are building an augmented reality project where you guys have heard of like the World War One, World War Two, right? Or Indian independence struggle, right? How about just imagine? I just want you guys to be imaginative right now. When say during so you are transported from where you are today to the Indian independence struggle. Say you are seeing in front of your eyes, not movies, but actually how Mahatma Gandhi or Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose or the great leaders of during that time were fighting the Britishers. Just imagine that. Or maybe you are transported to the World War One or World War Two. You are seeing how the different countries they were playing. You are understanding the geopolitics of that time. Or maybe when you are studying something about geography, or maybe the Arctic or the Antarctic or something. So at that time, how about you guys can get transported to that region and you experience it? Okay, this is the power of augmented reality or combining with virtual reality and bringing it together. So, but these are very high level concepts. What we should be doing here is coming up with 10x of a very simple problem that you guys are facing today, and then you can make it better. It can be easier, it can be faster, it can be more fun, or making the user experience better. Okay. Hello. 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 Hello.
Wait, a problem मिला ना? Just think upon that. Okay.
Okay, so everyone is ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no issues. So I was explaining 10x rule, right? So here the 10x rule is basically we want to make something 10x better. It may be easier, it may be faster, it may be more fun, or making user experience 10x better. So can any one of you come just randomly say any one product where you have seen one startup or one idea which made it user experience 10x better? Anyone? Any innovation that made, or any technology, any product that made user experience or people's life easier, 10x better? Anything? Come on, random guesses. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Like some in a home, if we put a charger in the socket, then the
Yes.
phone is where to keep the phone. It can be kept on the socket. If it is put anywhere, the wire will be like hanging. So I thought that why not put a slab over the charger only and put the mobile phone there only. And the slab.
Okay, fine. Great. Anyone else?
Existing, which make
Any yes, please.
Stand up.
This there's a software called Sketchfab, and it's
Yes.
also a website. Like it's not used for like most other people will not be knowing about Sketchfab, but you know about movie industries and game development and all of that. So in those things that we need models, we need 3D models, different 3D models that are going to be utilized in movie sets and in game sets. So usually what happens that making these things is pretty difficult. So one of the two brothers, one day around the year 2011, they came up with the idea of a website called Sketchfab. On Sketchfab, the creators all around the world upload their 3D model for free or for any royalties. Like for example, if you want to use it for a commercial, then there is a different charge. If you want to use it for just fun, you can use it for free. For commercial purpose, there is another charge. So like for different things, different charges are there. But before 2011, if you wanted to develop a game, then you had to make all those 3D models or any movie 3D models by yourself. But just small idea of Sketchfab just made all the 3D modeling 10 times faster, 10 times easier for those people who don't know how to make 3D models.
Okay, great. Yes. So this made the process of creating those models very easy and 10x, probably 10x better and faster. Yes, that's a great example. So next, what we will be doing is, these are the 5 frameworks. Now, here is when you are thinking about an idea, initially what we said, it should solve a problem, right? It should address any pain point. Okay. Now what you can do is, so here there is a scale 0 to 10. Now when you are thinking about ideas, right, just think on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is no pain, where 10 is unimaginable, unspeakable pain. When your idea, at what level it is solving that pain point for your end users. Okay, this is very important, because when we are trying to, many times what happens, we all have our founder's bias or our own personal bias. We will think that, okay, since I am personally facing this problem, it may be a problem for the, even everyone is facing that problem. This is one small bias. We just understand that sometimes what happens, You may face a small issue. It may be very big for you, but the world, there are already existing solutions for that. People are not facing that issue or that may not need a solution. Do not invent a problem to come up with a solution. Do not do that. It's first the problem, the pain point you are trying to solve, and then come up with the solution. Identify the pain point first. Any exist that you are facing, your friends are facing, which is very high, or is it not worthy enough to solve? There may be so many ideas, there may be so many ideas that may come up, but is it very painful? If it is 10x pain, like your solution is 10x better, it will address their pain point in such a way that it will reduce their pain point. You have hit a jackpot, my friend. So you need to think on those lines. Now there is one thing, yeah. What are the key considerations? And this is very important. Please note all these 12 considerations very well. The first thing is about problem identification. Okay. What can you please someone raise your hand and say can you read the sentences clearly, the points 1 and 2?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing is, what specific problem or need does my business idea address, or my innovative solution address? This is the number one. You will have to understand that. Next, is the problem significant enough to warrant a solution? As I said, do not invent a problem for yourself. There may be the problem, you may have an idea, but if the problem is not there, if the pain point is not there, it will not connect with the end users. Okay. There is target audience. Okay. Who are the potential customers or users for my product or service? This is very important. You may come up with any idea, anything, but you should know, okay, who will use this product? Number 4, what are the characteristics, preferences, and their behaviors? How will they use my solution? What are their demographics currently? Will they prefer this product in a certain way as against the existing solution? Like, what are their behaviors, their preferences, their choices? Your solution may be in, say, English, but your end users may most probably they will be more comfortable in particular other language, maybe Hindi, in Bengali, Marathi, Urdu. I'm just giving an example. So you must know their preferences, their behaviors. Okay. Then UVP, unique value proposition. What sets my business idea apart from existing solutions? How does my idea provide unique value or benefits to customers? For example, say there already exists Zomato or Swiggy, right? Or any app, for example. So if you are trying to just copy paste the idea, users will not move to your product, because the big companies will always outspend you, out-resource you. You have to make it better. If you make a product better, maybe with limited resources, you can fight the big elephant. Okay. But if you are just copy pasting an idea, you will not be able to create a market for your product, and you will not see enough traction. So traction is users, basically, how many users you'll be having. So do not open a photocopy shop, Xerox shop, one after the another. That is the first rule. Entrepreneurship, innovation, is all about coming up or creating something better, something new. It cannot be a already copy pasted idea that someone is having. It may be similar, but you will need to add some features which are better than the existing ones. Have you guys written down all the 6 points? Do you need more time?
Yes.
Okay. You can just write the gist. You don't need to write everything, but the main aspects. These are the 6 points. Okay. So I will go to the next slide. Another 6 questions. Should I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now about the business model. Question 7. How will I generate revenue from this business idea or the innovation? for example, someone's was saying about a mobile charger with certain features, right? Now, how can I generate revenue from this? I may sell it at a certain price point that will generate a revenue. This is one of the ways. I may put, maybe you have an app which may have a subscription model. This can be one of the business models. You may rent something that can be a business model for that, generate revenue. What is the pricing strategy? You do not have to go deep, but what I'm saying, just consider from the top level, okay, I'm coming up with an idea. I will charge my end users like this. That's it. I do not want you to be like, understand different pricing strategies. Just say, okay, I'm coming up with one product. I will charge it like this. That's it. Then feasibility. Do I have the resources? Financial, human, technical. I understand that you are right now kids. You may not have those technical, financial, or other resources. Do not worry. But actually, when you come to like launch a product in a real market, you need to understand your own limitations, your own resources to execute this idea. When you have more resources, it is easier. But at times, what in the real world, people without resources may have more hunger to make it work. So even that should be your consideration. So, but do not worry, feasibility we can take up at a later stage, but do not come up with any idea which is you yourself know is not complete, like at all feasible. At all feasible. Maybe you say in the next 90 days, we'll build a rocket and we will go to moon. Within 90 days, we'll go. That may be a good idea that you work maybe over the next 5 years, 10 years to build that rocket yourself with your team. But in 90 days, probably that is not a feasible idea. So consider that. This is very important. What potential challenges or barriers might I face during implementation? You should always know your enemies' problems beforehand. If you cannot anticipate your challenges, what problems you will be facing, you will always be unprepared. Anticipate your challenges, problems that you will face, acknowledge them, and don't quit. Don't quit because of the problems. Learn how you can overcome them. Okay. And lastly, this is very important, and this is my own favorite, is personal passion and commitment. Am I genuinely passionate about this idea and committed to its success? And am I willing to invest the time and effort required to turn this idea into a successful business? This is very important. So just once again, please write them down. And what we will do, I'll just go, take this back to the previous slide as well, so that this can be recalled. This is very important. Like, this is the most important thing that you are learning right now. Okay. Okay, can anyone summarize the points, all the 12 questions? You do not need to answer to all the 12 questions. Can anyone just summarize what are the important factors required or should be thought about during idea consideration? Please, anyone, please. There is no correct answer. There is no wrong answer. I'm telling you, there is nothing like that. Anyone? Come on, it can be just one of the questions you are just rephrasing. All I want to understand is someone is saying, okay, this is active voice, this is passive voice. That's also fine. Come on, just you can say that, right? Just rephrase the sentences. Come on, at least someone. Yes, yes, very good, very good.
So the first thing that we need to know about innovation is that innovation is something like that. Innovation, what do we innovate? We innovate something to solve something, solve a problem perhaps. And
yeah,
that is the starting point of the innovation, right? Because
yes,
how do we identify the problem? Like what is our innovation all about? Like what problem does it solve, or what question does it answer?
Okay.
The both of these points suggest that we need to what specific problem or need does the business idea address, or the need it fulfills, or the want the desire it fulfills, that what the people or what the customers or
the product, what the product is going to help the people, and how its like characteristic and preferences and behavior is going to like answer or like
Okay.
answer the problem, right? So
Okay.
and
Okay.
moving on, like unique value proposition is like
Yes.
it's like all about being like unique. It's not like surely we can take some like like not ideas from like what is currently going on, but like we cannot copy it, but surely we can like this is the problem and we are trying this solution, but we can like try to set apart from the solution that is going on.
Okay. Okay.
So can you please move it to the next slide?
Yes, sure. Just a second. Yeah.
Then business model, like after the innovation there comes the execution, right? So
Yes.
in this execution it's like about how do we execute this. First of all, we can't just go on and go like just because we have a solution, we can't just go on and do a mass production. First of all, we need to like satisfy ourselves that will it work in the real world? Is it possible? Because certainly there are solution, but we can't just adopt outwardly solution and think that it will happen. We have to like we have to be down to earth, and we have to down to earth, and we have to think what is possible in the real world. So
Yes.
for
Yes.
like launching it in the market, there comes like it's not like about innovation is like help people, but certainly we need to like take some, we have to like see some key factors like financial or the revenues that you said, like the of course innovation we need to like for mass production and for like more people can use it, we need to certainly look at the economical factors and the economical factors and strategies and how we are going to get it to more people. And
Okay.
also like we have to like then become the resource, like how to innovate, and in the execution it is very important at what we currently have and how we are going to use it productively. So like certainly like if we're talking about the like talking about everything, like for
Okay.
someone who has the resource, someone like who adult or something, like we need to take like we need to take certain factors like financial, human and technical, like we need to see them, these factors, that
Yes.
what level do we have it in, like,
Okay. Okay.
and how like it's not possible like it's not possible for like everyone, every innovation, every innovator to have the everything. So
Yes. Yes.
so since for those who don't have it, because certainly it's not possible for everyone to have everything, we
Yeah.
we need to like think of the problem that we might face during the execution, like,
Mhm.
like what if we don't have something, like if we don't have manpower, then we'll have to think about how are we going to get more hands, or perhaps we can reduce the number of products that so that even a small number of people can do it.
Yes.
And then
Very good.
after at the last, it's like personal passion and commitment, which is like the most important thing in the innovation. Like the
Yes.
innovation, like I already said, that innovation is all about solving a problem, and that problems like how, like as a person, as a like how like how passionate are we about that, like how
Yes.
passionate are we about that, like I have to do this, I have to
Yes.
get this done. So that passion and commitment is very necessary, because everything is going around us and we need to be focused, and we need to like give whatever best, we give our best to the idea, that in what it may not be successful, but we need to give our best and see the end to it. We need to be focused and we need to be determined that whatever happens, I'll see it through. And that's it.
Very good. Very good. Very good. I want all of you to stand up and give a round of applause. Come on. This was a great answer. Even I will stand up. Yeah. Please give a round of applause. Everyone. Okay. Great. What is your name?
So Vaishnavi Rani.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. The most important thing among all this is you need to be a problem solver. That's it. You may face 100 problems, but you should have that inner willpower, determination, killer instinct that I will solve 100 problems. Throw me another 100, I will solve them once again. Okay, that should be that attitude. Very good. Okay, now what we will do is, so in next 15-20 minutes, what you can do is, and you can ask definitely questions. What we will do, this is the pitch format. My name is your name. Please write it down, everyone. And I want to hear ideas from every one of you. Please do not miss this. This may be a task and this will be helpful for you. My name is this. I want to build a type of a solution for target audience so that the desired outcome, I will give example also. Please do not worry. Because, reason, problem statement. Okay. Please write it down. Very important. My name is this. I want to build. Do not write anything right now. Just this is the format. Just note the format down. Okay. Now this is the example. Say the pitch example is like this. Please, everyone, look here. Okay. My name is Abhay. I want to build a mobile app for students who struggle with math so that they can easily practice and improve their math skills because many students feel discouraged by math and need accessible learning tools. You can come up with any example, any concept, any business idea, any innovation, any solution that you may feel appropriate based on the discussion we had today. Those frameworks on it, and then the pain points on a scale of 0 to 10, how painful, what is the, on a scale of 0 to 10, how painful is the current situation or current scenario for the end users. Then what we have discussed are the key considerations, and this is the pitch example. My name is, whatever your name is, I want to build a type of solution for target audience so that desired outcome, what are you expecting? Because this is the problem. Again, my name is Abhay. I want to build a mobile app for students. For is who are your target audience? So that what is the desired outcome? They can easily practice, improve their math skills because what is the current gap? What is the gap current? What is the problem they are facing? What is the pain point currently it is? Okay. So maybe you can take 15 minutes. Right now it is 12:43. And what you guys will be doing, this is the format, and then you will be explaining. This is how you can start, and then you can go on for another 1 minute or so, explaining your concept, your idea. Okay. This is how you introduce yourself, your idea to every one of us. It's not just I will be evaluating or taking the feedback. Every one of us together will understand your idea, your innovation, your concept. And what we will do, we will build upon this. This is the first introduction. Then 1 minute, you are going to speak 1 minute or 90 seconds. You are going to speak on your idea. Okay. So you have time till 1 p.m. I think that is fine. Around 17 minutes. If you face any issues, any questions, please feel free to ask. Absolutely. Yes, please.
I want to pitch my idea.
You want to pitch your idea. Okay.
My name is Raj Kashyap, and
Okay.
my problem is that usually we
Oh,
all
just
have.
1 minute, 1 minute. So are we going to do it like in third? Yes. So are we going to have like let everyone complete after that we hear the ideas, or is it like anyone can come up? How do you want it to be?
Anyone can come up.
Okay, but everyone should be doing, no myths. Okay, everyone should be doing. Okay, fine. Please.
My name is Raj, and my problem is that usually whenever we use any surveillance camera at any public place, 90% of the times it is used for the purpose of security. You need to know that whether something you have kept under that surveillance is there or not. And let's say that one day you come to your office and you find that your table is not there, and you were not present in your office for the past 5 days. Now you have to go through your entire CCTV footage of that for the past 5 days, and you have to check that at what time my things were removed from here. But
Okay.
is that a bit too time consuming? What we can do that there is a P5.js library called Coco SSG. Coco SSG is a software model that detects objects placed in front of the camera. What that model does is that you put a bottle in front of the camera, the system is going to recognize that the particular thing that is in front of you is a bottle. You put a sofa, it will see that okay, this is a sofa. So it knows how things looks and what are those things. Just imagine that if we put this particular data into the surveillance camera, and
Yes.
the moment something is stolen, you will get a SMS that the object, let's say table, is removed from its place. So at that particular time, you know, okay, that my thing is being removed from where it was, or it is being stolen. Or even if you don't check the message, you come to your office and you see that your table is not there. Instead of going through all the 5 days footage, you can just check your SMS. You can see at what time did I get the message from my system that my table is removed from its place. So you can exactly know at what time was it removed. It will it like I this works on the 10x principle, that it is going to be 10 times faster to check whether something to check what is under the surveillance camera. And one more thing, this thing can be applicable in one more sense. The blind people, what we can do for them, that we can make a goggle which has a camera fitted onto it. So using the same concept, the Coco SSG concept, the camera is going to identify what is in front of him. First, I thought
Yes.
that maybe using sensors, object detecting sensors, but what that does, that even if a bottle is kept in front of a man, even then the sensor will tell that there is a bottle. So at that time also he will feel that something is in front of him, but he does not know. But if we are using a Coco SSG model, then we can use a data called if there is a bottle, then we know that how high or how long the bottle is. So
Okay.
according
Yes.
the vibrator will work. That if the something is small, like there's a table or there is a chair, then it won't. Then the vibrator will work, but not very vigorously. But let's say a car is in front of him, then the vibrator will work vigorously, telling the blind person that a huge object or something that has a velocity is in front of you. So from that, the blind man can detect whether is something kept in front of him and that is dangerous for him, or something that is in front of him is just normal. The vibrator is slow, so he can just pass through it and nothing will happen to him.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Please give a big round of applause for him. Okay. So what I want you to do is just so that because just give an identifier to this idea as maybe one, because you started it as one. So when we revisit all these ideas, we may be able to evaluate it properly. But very good concept. So my one of the questions for you is, or we will go through that later. Okay. But very good idea. So anyone else? Yes, please.
So my name is Anshuman and I decided to build a water conservation project that I have called Project AMI. Project AMI stands for Atmospheric Water Extractor, Moisture Extractor. So this incident, this a month ago, an incident happened to me that I went outside. I saw 5 to 10 street vendors
Can you be a little bit louder because
5 to 10 street vendors who were selling vegetables. So I saw them drinking water from a drainage of a house. I felt very pity, sad, and sorry for them. So I decided to work on the project. But 2 weeks ago, I got informed about SIC, and then my moment began, and I started working on it. So my project is a type of a drone-like structure which has a water generator on top of it. A water generator works simply when air goes in one part and the copper coil cools down the air to convert it into water. So this water is then totally purified with the filters and then it's drinkable. So I want to use a drone to send this above in the troposphere so that we can extract the water 10 times faster, as just you said. And we could make this project a very nice water conservation thing. So another thing is this project, I calculated it at least makes 120 liters of water per day, which is more than enough for almost 10 people, minimum for 10 people. Thank you, sir.
okay, great. So your idea and is identified as number 2. Okay. So it's just the identifier, no rank or anything. Please do not think that. But please give a big round of applause for him. Really good idea. Okay, very good. Okay. So just 1 minute. This one. So anyone else? Because I want to hear ideas from every one of you. It's not just only 1 and 2. Yes, please.
My name is Siddharth Chaudhary. I am going to build a mobile app for F1 enthusiasts because there is no certain game in the world that allows us to race against other F1 enthusiasts in the world. The closest game, the closest app to my idea is F1 Mobile. But the problem with that app is that when you log in into that game as a app as a beginner, what they will give you a tutorial and they will straight up make you race with any other rookie around the world. But what happens in that, you only get to race 3 laps and there will be no qualifying session or practice session. That really doesn't make us extract the true fun from that game. Because as a F1 enthusiast, other people might also know that a F1 race weekend consists of practice, pre-practice, and qualifying, then the race. And so we want to gain the 100% out of the experience. We need to have all of these. So the way I will earn from my app is that I will give everyone a starter car and I will make the real F1 cars that are racing right now as a game pass that can be exclusive with money. And the older that the F1 legend cars also will be available for purchase. That is how I'm going to earn. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Please give a big round of applause, everyone, please. Okay, this is number 3. Okay, F1 mobile app. Okay, number 4. Anyone, please? Yes. Just one thing. Can you come this side and speak, because on my screen you are not actually visible. Yeah. Yeah, please.
My name is Anvi Arya, and I want to build something like a machine or a tool that will be inbuilt in our houses only for dumping our garbages. Because we see that we people go to other places to dump our garbages. Even the vans also come to take the garbages, but at most of the places.
Keep it.
The vans also come to take garbages, but it is not possible everywhere. And the garbages that they take are dumped to an area, and that area is also polluted. We see huge heaps of garbages. So why not make something in our home, a machine in which we can put our household garbages, And the things that could be recycled, we can recycle it. And the things that are not, we can separate it and then use it for something later and give it somewhere else.
Okay, okay, great, great. Waste management product, right? Waste management product. Good, very good. Please give a big round of applause for her. Waste management product. Very good. Okay. Now, can next idea? Anyone?
Next idea.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, we are running out of time, so we will have to wind up this in the next 5 minutes. So
Okay. So what can be done is in the next session. So how do you want it to be? So in the next session, all of them come up with the ideas and then we finalize.
One idea can be, if one idea can be.
you can share.
Yes, please.
Sir, hello, I am Shaurya Raj from grade 8. And sir, the main problem, sir, which the world is facing is plastic waste, plastic management and recycling plastics in a better and efficient way. So, we know that so many of the natural resources of our earth are getting exhausted, and we need to move to such renewable sources of energy. For such, my idea is a plastic brick. So bricks make up a whole building, and many of the resources are required for making a building, and it starts with just a brick. What if we change the shape of plastic and make it such compacted and make it such strong that it can be used in replacement of brick? As you said that if we make one idea, there are 10 more issues regarding to it. This also has many issues, and now I am thinking of that because plastics can be remolded, but many of the problems can be that which kind of plastics to be used and what to be not. But sir, if this idea will be successful for the plastic bricks, then sir, what can happen that all the recycled plastics can be used for making the bricks, and it will conserve the land, and also it will be beneficial for the environment itself.
Okay. I understand that we are running out of time. So what I want to do, all 5 of the ideas that we have discussed, we will go through them once again, come up with more study, and also other people who have not presented today. I want to hear your ideas as well during our next session. It can be scheduled anytime, like whenever sir will schedule it. And I want to hear from every one of you. The ideas are very good that you have came up with. Congratulations to all of you. So what can be done in the next session? We will take on each of these ideas and have a brainstorming and take it forward. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First, big round of applause for all of you. It was a great session. Okay. I liked all the ideas. We will take it forward. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
I see. Great time, DBTS. Can I call her? Slides.
Seeing after.